Wow, what an action-packed podcast. At last, you've got something in common with a sausage roll.
That's right. We have both been immortalised in wax for Madame Tussauds. I went through an incredibly stringent measuring process, and apparently so did a sausage roll.
Yeah. And you both had the same complexions.
They were filled with more meat.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda arms with this latest Greens member jumping over to the Labor Party after the election.
Yeah, jumping ship after the election. Does it pass the pub test? Bad element. I keep pushing for a musical reunion. You keep balking at that and talking about T-shirts.
I just think you get the T-shirt, the rest will follow.
Okay, I remember seeing that Kevin Costner film.
That's what it's all about.
We speak to the fabulous Jacinda Ardern, ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand, and she talks in the book and in the interview about that moment where she's finding out whether she's going to be Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. There's also a pregnancy test kit on the table beside her, these two things converging. We thought we'd also put that to the tribal drum. Bad time to get knocked up.
And gets my ghoulies. It's all coming up in this podcast.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles.
Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
What is it, your can't face?
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio.
Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there.
But you're an idiot.
Jonesy and Amanda are here.
It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Top of the morning to you, Amanda.
Hello, how are you today?
Great. It's nice to see the city not shrouded in fog.
In flog.
In flog.
It was
There's a lot of flog
amazing,
around
wasn't it,
here.
yesterday? It was extraordinary. We could see that, or we couldn't see the city from our building here. Mm-hmm. Put on our socials yesterday, the scene from outside our window, just a few tendrils in the beginning, and then it was just blackout.
Yeah, did you see down the south coast, they're looking at Aurora Borealis from Browley.
Amazing.
Down at the south
Normally
coast
that's South Pole material.
It's South Pole material.
Or Tassie.
Yeah. So it was great. It's a nice-looking day today. You're well.
I'm well.
You've got some sort of Cruella de Vil stole on.
It's not a stole. It's a sheepskin vest with a furry collar, I guess.
Are you wearing sheep because we've got former Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern on our show today?
No, that's not why I'm wearing this. And do not make a sheep joke with her, please.
As if I would do that.
Well, you just made one then.
Yeah, but, we don't have to make it in front of her.
No. We're getting her first radio interview. I'm so excited.
That's a big
deal. I'm a
deal.
giant fan of hers. I've been reading her autobiography, which is called A Different Kind of Power. And she's an incredible world leader who wanted to lead with kindness, and she was really challenged along the way with lots of there was a giant mass shooting of Muslims in her country, and she embraced them all and said, I don't care whether you were born here, you've chosen us, you are New Zealanders, we unite together here.
Sure.
She led the country in such an extraordinary way, and when you look at some of the politics of the world now and you think, we need more kindness, she was a great leader, I thought. And also, the book starts with her waiting to see if she will be Prime Minister, because she had to do a number of deals with other parties to see if she'd get across the line. And at the same time, on the bench next to her is a pregnancy test, waiting to see if she's pregnant. For many families, the timing of the pregnancy, so much of your life hinges on those two lines coming up on a pregnancy stick.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want it, sometimes you don't. It's extraordinary. And those two enormous things collided with her. That's how her book begins. So there's a lot to talk to her
Looking
about.
forward to catching up with Jacinda. Jem, why right? That means we're doing a Zoom chat with Jacinda.
I forgot how to do that.
Well, okay. We'll talk you through that.
You can do an artist's impression of her, right?
Also, the T-shirt for Bad Element, it's happening. It's in...
Well, we want you
the
to
wheels are in motion.
We want you guys to decide which T-shirt we're going to print a limited edition run of the T-shirts. But
seems that your design's winning.
Yeah, well, it's up on our socials.
I've kind of warmed to your design as well.
It's up on our socials. Please go there and choose which design you'd like. We will print those T-shirts for a limited edition.
Limited run of shirts, so how many's in a limited run?
I reckon about 50.
50, okay, done.
I want one.
Also,
only if my design wins.
Instagram makes its return. And we can't do anything till we do the Magnificent Seven.
Question 1, what fruit is normally squeezed into a margarita?
Jam Nation. The Magnificent Seven. It's here. 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
I'm going to say congratulations because I'm a mature person and I like to celebrate the success of others.
But it's about getting question 7 right. Bruce is in your minor.
Hello, Bruce.
Hello, Jonesy and Amanda.
How are you? You well, Bruce?
Yes.
Good. Don't sound suspicious. We're just
it's all right, Bruce.
We're just warming up to the day.
Nice. It's cold.
It is cold.
Okay.
It is cold, but there's no fog. We're happy for that.
Bruce sounds like, when I used to come home when I was a young man and I'd be partaking a little bit of Mum and say, "Where have you been?" She'd have a torch in my eyes.
Bruce, have you just arrived home after you've been
Where
partaking
have you been,
of something?
Bruce?
No.
No.
Okay. You sound like it, Bruce.
No, Mum.
Look at you. One day Mum said to us, "Look at you. You're always pie-eyed." And I started laughing at the word pie-eyed. And then, I couldn't stop laughing.
Which gave it away entirely.
But you said, "You're always pie-eyed." And Omo's always pie-eyed. And Omo was with me and then we're both just laughing like loons.
I've heard the music. You sounded it as well. Question 1. What fruit is normally squeezed into a margarita, Bruce?
Lime?
It's a lime.
Jacinda Ardern was the Prime Minister of which country, Bruce?
New Zealand.
Yes, we're talking to her today. Let's play What's on the Box.
Television.
I'll turn the box on.
All right, pie-eyed Bruce, eyes to the front. What TV show features this theme?
Bruce?
No, sorry. I haven't got a clue.
It's a very popular show, but I wouldn't have known the theme either. I haven't watched it.
Nev's in Terrigal.
Hello, Nev. Do you know the theme for that? What show has that theme?
G'day, guys. Oh, it's an oldie. Is it F Troop?
No. I used to love F Troop, Nev. I think we should try and find the
I
theme
can't
to
remember how the
F-Troop.
theme to F Troop went.
It sounded a little bit like that, actually. No, this is a much more recent show from Korea.
Yeah, come on.
It's Korean.
You're making you sound 1,000 years old, Nev.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
We're into the Magnificent Seven. We're up to question number 3. What's on the box?
Television.
I'll turn the box on.
What is this song, the theme song from? Which TV show? Contrary to what Nev of Terrigal said, it's not F Troop. This is F Troop. Although I'll agree there are similarities. James is in Windsor.
Hello, James.
Morning, legends. How are we?
Very
Great.
well.
Are you familiar with, you'd be familiar with F Troop, no doubt.
Rings a bell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does ring a bell.
I thought it was sort of when they were running a fort or something.
Yeah, they were running a fort, Fort Courage.
Yeah.
And it was, hijinks. It was one of those shows that explained the whole premise of the show was done in the opening song.
F Troop, where Indian fights are colorful sights and nobody takes a lickin'. Where pale face and red skin
Cripes.
both turn chicken.
Yeah.
Cripes. Anyway, James,
That was simple times.
Let's remind you again of the TV theme we're thinking of here. It's not F Troop. It's a show from Korea. What is it?
Your clue really helped me with this because otherwise I probably would have had no idea. I have watched the first season. It'd be Squid Game.
Squid
Yeah,
Games.
Squid Games, yes.
Season 3, I think. The
Yep.
third and final season's premiering at the end of June.
Yeah. It's not as culturally inappropriate as perhaps F Troop was.
No.
But then again, you put someone into a meat grinder and that's
I think that's lovely.
these days.
This is multiple choice for you here, James. What was the name of the astronaut who remained in the command module while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon? Actually, do you want the multiple choice or do you know?
Multiple choice, me.
A, Naomi Calder, B, Tobias Quaid, or C, Michael Collins?
C.
It was
Yes,
Michael Collins.
I wonder if you ever thought, if I just take off a little bit, drive
Make
off.
them do a running.
See,
I'm leaving, guys. I've told you, I'm leaving.
Now, when one
You're
of
not
your
back in an hour, I'm going.
One of your mates pick you up and they drive off.
Question 5. Which Australian won the F1 Spanish Grand Prix on the weekend?
Is it Piastri?
Yeah, Oscar Piastri. He's doing so well this year.
Where exactly were the Bee Gees band members actually born? What country? James?
Is it England?
It's England.
Well, more specifically, they were born in the Isle of Man, which is in the Irish Sea between England and Ireland.
Have you got the coordinates there?
I have. When the three of them were born, the population expanded by exponentially.
By 6.
By 600 more teeth were added.
Who has been announced to host the Logies for the 3rd year in a row, James? Good friend of the
his name?
Yeah, good friend
That's
of the
the
show.
question. What is his name?
I know his face.
Yep.
So in the last 2 years, he's doing it again this
Think
year?
about it. You know what? Someone pointed out, when you answer this, someone pointed out an interesting observation about this particular host.
What an interesting hook through you've given us, Brendan.
James?
We'll give you an observation if you can answer it, James.
Okay.
No.
Greg's in Blacktown.
Greg, do you know who's going to be hosting the Logies?
Sam Pack. Oh, Sam.
Come, Greg.
Poor old
Sam.
He's done.
Ben's in Campbelltown.
Sam Pack.
We've had F Troop, we've had Sam Pack.
Can we save that for when we get Sam on, please?
Ben's in Campbelltown. Ben, do you know who's going to be hosting the Logies?
Sam Pang.
Sam Pang.
Now, have you seen this observation a young lady has made? That, you know, the logos, the two made-up corporate guys for Guzman and Gomez.
Yeah.
It looks like Sam Pang and Mick Malloy.
Oh, really?
It's quite uncanny.
What about Sam Pack, though? What does he think?
Sam Pack, I don't know what he's doing. Congratulations to you, Ben. You've won the Jam Pack. Dinner to the value of $150 at Hello Auntie Restaurant. Authentic, not traditional Vietnamese. Visit Hello Auntie. $200 to indulge at Cha Time. A new and improved matcha drink range. Visit Cha Time now.
Ooh.
And Jonesy and Amanda Coach is yours for you to colour in and some standard pencils. Ben, anything you'd like to add?
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
No memories of F Troop?
Beg your pardon?
No memory of F Troop.
Do you remember F Troop?
Bye-bye.
Oh, this is awkward. Brendan, why do you do that? You don't like people who come back for the cash and prizes and you've done it.
I know.
You've left the party and you've come back to see if you've left your hat there.
And that's the worst thing in the world.
I know.
I've done the Bruce and Darren.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Miss Keller.
Amanda. Am I going to see Jonesy?
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
I'm not drunk. I've had a couple of drinks.
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. On this day in 1990, George Michael released his hit, Freedom. I keep forgetting that George Michael is dead.
Well, his loved ones remember that every day.
Yeah, I know, but he just...
It was that year where we lost everybody.
Everyone died. Prince.
David Bowie. Carrie Fisher.
Yeah.
We got to the end of the year and we thought, we're through it, and then he goes.
And then George Michael carks it. I always liked that story, though, and he had a great sense of humour, I thought, George Michael. Do you remember that time he was trying to get into his own concert, but security didn't believe it was him?
Sorry, I know him a mile away, and that is not George Michael. Traffic marshal doesn't believe I'm
That's fantastic. Isn't that fantastic?
I'd know him a mile off, and that is not George Michael. That's the best one I've heard since I was in Birmingham.
Before or after the plaza?
Outside a club, and this bloke goes to me, I don't care if you're Frank Sinatra, you're not coming in.
And there's George in the back of the car just...
on his way to his own concert.
Trying to get into his own concert.
Yeah.
I do miss him. Can you believe that this song is 35 years old today?
Let's do it.
Let's get it on. Rest in peace, George.
Jam Nation.
Gold 101.7. Hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Happy 35th birthday, Freedom. 90. Because they did Freedom. Remember, Wham did Freedom. I don't want your,
And why was this called 90?
Because there was Freedom 90. There was Freedom Wham, and then there was Freedom 90. And
why 90?
Because it came out in 1990. And they put that note for DJs like us, so we'd play the right song, because on your music log, you get your songs that you have to pull out of your little record library, and there'd be Freedom, and you go, oh, yeah, I'll just get Freedom. You'd be playing Freedom.
Well, why don't you
Wham.
call it something else?
I think you'll have to take that with George, or perhaps his estate.
Maybe his estate. I'll just put that on my to-do list, everyone.
Go and knock on the door.
Now, Brendan.
Yes?
I have a question that I want to ask you, and I'm intrigued to know how you're going to answer it. What do you think I have in common with a sausage roll?
There's a lot of jokes. You've got a thin bottom. Crusty.
Yeah. Well, the reason I'm asking you
Bit
this,
spicy, salty,
maybe salty, is because for the first time ever,
flaky.
a sausage roll has been immortalised as a wax effigy for Madame Tussauds. I am a wax. Is effigy the word?
Yeah.
A giant candle at Madame Tussauds. Yeah. And they've made one of a sausage roll. I'll tell you that the process of being made into a Madame Tussauds dummy is quite extraordinary. They flew the team out from England. They had bags of eyes, bags of teeth, bags of hair to do the match-up. Mm-hmm. It's quite confronting. And you have to stand in your forever pose for hours. And they use, is it a plum weight?
Yep.
And that's so that they can actually, they spin me on a little plinth and they photographed me from then they got calipers out and measured like from my elbow to the tip of my nose, from my knee to the top of my head, the weirdest collection of measurements with these big calipers. It was quite an extraordinary process. And then I was invited, and I went to England about 6 months later, and I went with the family, and we're invited to go to a place in Shepherd's Bush where they actually make the Madame Tussauds dummies.
Yep.
And I saw them working on Steve Irwin's freckles. There was Oprah Winfrey's head on a desk. It was quite extraordinary.
Macabre.
Very macabre. And so for the first time, they've included a food item. But apparently Greg's, with a double G at the end, Greg's sausage rolls are an iconic English food.
They're very yummy.
Have you had one?
Yeah, they're an extraordinarily good sausage roll.
Okay, well, this is the first time, as I said, a food item has been given its own exhibit at Madame Tussauds. And the sculpture, they say, the crafting techniques, all were part of the museum's traditional plaster moulding. It's displayed on a velvet cushion with a commemorative plaque.
Oh.
And they say they've put it in their culture zone. And the artist dedicated numerous hours to ensure that every flaky layer was captured. Oh, no, hang on, that's how they did mine.
Yeah.
Every flaky layer was captured accurately.
They used the same measurements, the same calipers.
The same calipers.
Came out.
And the same flaky pastry for the skin.
Maybe we could do that here, because we've got Garlo's here. They make a good sausage roll.
Chico roll should be in Australian Madame Tussauds.
Yeah. Full of lips and bum holes, just like you.
I'll take that compliment. Thank you.
Have we been down to see your little effigy lately?
No, that's the thing. I can never go down and look at it. I mean, we were there on opening night. Remember, my kids looked to see if I had undies on. The answer is yes.
Yes.
And they took photos with their fingers up my noses. I don't have a wick. Don't even bother looking. But people are
You were standing next to Rolf Harris for a bit there.
He's been melted down and turned into somebody else by now. It's like the mafia. Take him out the back and melt him down.
Turn Rolf into some candles for the gift shop. Maybe we should have a team excursion.
Maybe.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda answer the pub test. Jumping ship after election, does it pass the pub test?
Well, this is what the West Australian Greens Senator Dorinda Cox has done. She's made a bombshell defection to the Labor Party. She has said what you can't do from the crossbench is make change. And being in the government and alongside this wonderful team that the Prime Minister has. So her defection will lower the Greens Senate representation to 10, but increase the government's numbers to 29. We had an election last month, and she's made this decision now. Of course you want to be on the winning team. Why wouldn't you? But the Greens Party have funded her campaign. People have voted for her thinking that they wanted a Greens senator, or else they would have voted for a Labor senator. Is this okay?
Well, it's just a handful of people because the Greens didn't do well because they're on the nose in this country.
Yeah, but the Greens have been funded and voted for by a certain group of people.
Yeah.
And she used the funds to campaign.
But they should just stay in their lane. Trees, forests, that stuff. Forget everything else. Just focus on trees, forests and that.
It doesn't matter what party she's from. She's just had an election and then she says, I want to be this now. A few weeks ago, she was with a different party and so you vote for who you want. People did. And she says, okay, I want to be over here now.
It's happening everywhere now. You look at football teams, you look at TV shows, you look at all those things. People
but those...
always flipping around.
I know, but football teams and TV shows aren't relying on voters. That we forget that politicians work for us.
Yeah.
They are funded by us.
Do they?
That's the thing. They're supposed to.
Or do they work for themselves?
They're supposed to work for us. And just saying, I want to be on the other team now, is that fair enough? So if this had happened before the election, so you know who and what you're voting for.
Fair enough.
That's different. But jumping ship so soon after the election Does this pass the pub test?
Jam.
Jam Nation.
Jonesy and Amanda.
What have you done to me?
It looked like Jim Carrey. He's a movie star. The front looks good. It'll grow back in a second.
Top of the morning to you.
That was when I cut your hair.
Yes.
And I gave you that very short fringe.
Yeah.
So fashionable now. Who
Speaking
knew?
of haircuts, look at Ryan. His mum's booked him in for a haircut on Saturday.
She didn't even tell me.
What do you mean?
Well, she said to me, I'll just let you know I've booked your haircut. She didn't even give me an option or anything.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Are you 27?
Yeah.
He's coming up to the 28-year-old male. One of
And
my
your
favourite
mum booked you a
Instagram sites.
haircut?
Yeah, she said yesterday I booked your haircut Saturday, 10:30.
You're probably due for one, mate.
Not going to ask me or anything?
Well, you saw my son in here yesterday. He's got big fluffy hair. He only washes it
And
about
what's
once
with
a
that
year.
mow?
That terrible
What's
mow.
with the kids and
He
those
and his
mows?
brother both have those mows. Jack was in on the show yesterday because we read that Princess Ingrid Alexander, I think her name is, she's the granddaughter of the King of Norway. She is going to be living on campus at Sydney University. Jack has lived on campus at
So
Sydney
you're trying in
University.
some way to do spade work so he marries a princess.
Well, there is that. I want him to be Princess Mary. But also, just to get some insight into what she's in for. And you know what? If she decides she doesn't like the food on campus, well, sucko to her, because look at the research I've done. Scandinavian royals back in the day weren't that picky. They ate their kings.
No.
Well, this is in another Scandinavian nation, the Netherlands, in 1672. It's like it was yesterday. During a period of great crisis for the Dutch Republic, a mob killed and partially consumed the bodies of the Prime Minister and his brother, because they weren't happy with the country's military defeats and political instability. So rather than having elections, they ate them. So if she's there and says, I've got my father's eyes, yes, they're on your plate.
Yeah.
So hold that over, why don't
Imagine
you?
there would have been a lot of eating buttocks going on in that campus.
And not just for fun.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I want you to get up right now. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Down at the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test, Western Australian Greens Senator Dorinda Cox has made a bombshell defection to the Labor Party.
That's right. She said, well, what you can't do from the crossbench is make change. And being in the government alongside a wonderful team that the Prime Minister has is a better option for her, funnily enough. But what about the people that voted for her? We've just had an election. She went into the election as a Greens senator. If people wanted a Labor senator, they would have voted for a Labor senator. She was elected as a Green. This changes the makeup of the House. And if she wanted to define herself as something else, why not do that before the election? But to use the money that the Greens provided for her to campaign, to ask people to vote for her,
Selling
and
all
then
those
jump
boutique
ship,
shirts and basket weaving.
tea tree oil. I don't think it's right. Jumping ship after the election, does it pass the pub test?
No, wrong. They're there to put up issues that should be kept forward in the right way, and jumping ship's not right, I don't think.
I think, no, it does not pass the pub test because, like Amanda said, we voted for her, or if we did, I didn't, but if we voted for her, I would be very annoyed.
I think it does pass the pub test. She even said herself that her views are more aligned with the Labor Party, and they did really well in the election.
Political allegiance is as tight as a rugby league player's contract.
Does that mean not very?
Yeah, make of that of.
But he said contract at the end.
Yeah, I don't know where he was going with that. Tight end prop. Thank you for all your calls.
Jam Nation.
Gold Butter 1.7. Hello there, it's Jonesy and Amanda. Behind every good band is a good T-shirt. Forget about the band. It's really about the show. Elvis Presley, for example, Colonel Tom Parker had I Love Elvis T-shirts and an equal measure I Hate Elvis T-shirts as well. So he covered both sides of the market.
The difference between Bad Element, and I know you're talking about Bad Element, your band, the difference between Bad Element and Elvis Presley is immeasurable. So I'm not even going to go into that because he actually had a product to sell, which was music. This is what you have. I found some footage of Lancelot Link the other day, Secret Chimp, and I showed Jenna, who's made a film clip of Lancelot Link playing No Lies.
That's our film clip.
That's your film. Well, look,
that's an excellent. We've got to make a film clip. I want to make a film clip, with dry ice, and we need to get like some.
Don't be any dry eyes in the house.
We're going to get some hot girls, like the 80s film clips, some hot girls walking around in latex and a tiger. Can we get a tiger? I'm going to need some petty catch. I need a tiger. I need hot girls. I need flames. I need a motorbike. I need a bunch of motorbikes.
We spoke to Omo the other day, and you said you've spoken to Biz, the other two members of Bad Element.
Yep.
No Lies isn't created just on its own with you, Brendan. There's two other geniuses behind it.
Two other monkeys.
Two other monkeys. I want to know, have you spoken about reforming? Because you are living the dream. You had a garage band all those years ago when you were 19. All you wanted was to play in a pub, play somewhere, someone's party.
Mm-hmm.
You've had radio
I know what you're doing.
airplay.
I don't think we need
You've had radio airplay for a week and a half.
But,
People are loving, finger marks in the air, are loving the music. If people are living their dreams vicariously through you, we need you to see if you've
what
still
they need
got it.
Is a T-shirt. That's what it's about.
Oh, come on.
Do you not see?
Well, we'll start with a T-shirt, but I'm going to push you to have a musical
Look, I think it's too
reunion.
hard. That's down the path.
Well, the T-shirts first, you think? T-shirt first,
T-shirt,
music
definitely
later?
first. I was thinking lunchboxes, cups.
Who uses a lunchbox?
Oh, what about those big the Stanley mugs that all the kids they all drink out of? Get onto the hydration market.
Why don't you have a Labubu made in your image?
Let's get some Labubus.
Bad Element keychains.
I'm going to need more petty cash.
I know.
So I'm writing
Well,
this
at
down.
the moment,
I need hot girls, tiger, motorbikes, Labubus, and flames.
Okay.
And some sort of religious. We've got to upset someone as well. There's got to be something controversial.
I think the music's doing that.
Okay.
So we want you to make a decision here. We've got two Bad Element T-shirts, a design that Jonesy came up with and one that I came up with. Jonesy's one has a helmet and flames. And
it's pretty much my film clip.
Yeah, okay. And mine is just a bung stovetop. So have a look on our socials at Jonesy and Amanda, T-shirt 1 and T-shirt 2. At the moment, T-shirt 1, my design, has got 53% of the vote. Your T-shirt, 47%.
But there can be only one.
We'll put it on for today, and a limited edition of the winning T-shirt will be made.
I am coming around to yours, though. I do like the humour in it.
The humour.
Humour.
But I am going to push you for a musical reunion. There's no point to any of this unless you guys sit down and live out the dream and see if you've still got it. Because you didn't have it then.
It's a lot of work. I do a lot of practice and,
We're not on this journey for it to go nowhere, Brendan. It has to become, we need a musical conclusion.
Let's just start with the T-shirt.
Start with
then
the T-shirt.
We'll do the mugs, we'll do the film clip.
Tomorrow we will decide, we'll audition the Tigers. Tomorrow we will let you know which of the T-shirts is winning and limited edition of T-shirts
Let's not
will be
overreach
made.
ourselves. Just boom, basics first.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Damn Nation
Podcast.
Watch Survivors. Available Friday, June 6, only on Netflix. Jonesy and Amanda's Survivor's Code.
What's going on in here? It's so dark. And what's with that hat?
Shh. What? I'm trying to crack the code.
What code?
Well, if I knew that, I would have cracked it.
I cracked it a long time ago.
Only the sharpest will solve it.
Keller, get me the files, damn it!
Who was that?
It's your mum.
I don't know why they didn't make a show about us, but no, The Survivors is an Australian crime drama series on Netflix. It follows Kieran Elliott as he returns to his hometown in Tasmania after a tragic past.
It's an extraordinary
only to have
story.
it resurface with the death of a young woman.
Yeah, it's an amazing story. It's a book by Jane Harper that has been made into this incredible series, The Survivors.
And this week,
we're giving away
a
a $10,000 prize pack, including a trip to Tasmania with return flights, 4 nights accommodation, transfers, experiences, plus spending money, all thanks to Netflix's The Survivors.
How can you win this incredible prize? Well, we have a mystery phrase you will need to guess each day. You'll receive clues and a mix of words in no particular order to help you crack the code. Today's code.
She. Yesterday's word was in. Today's word is she.
She. I think we need some silence for that, Ryan. It just doesn't work.
Ready?
as well.
Silence, Ryan. She. S-H-E. She. Can we say it again?
No, that'll
No, English sounds weird when you isolate the words, doesn't it? Write it down. Write it down. We've had in, we've had she. In no particular order, we are putting together a phrase.
By tomorrow, we'll take our first caller to guess the phrase. First person to guess correctly wins the prize.
Yes, you can also head to our socials, become a Gold Club member for extra clues along the way.
Watch The Survivors, available from Friday the 6th of June, only on Netflix.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation podcast.
The 3rd of June, it's the King's birthday long weekend this weekend.
Used to be the Queen's birthday.
Yeah,
long weekend.
I
think it's like the horse's birthday. The date stays the same, but the personalities shift around it.
The date stays the same.
I think all the Commonwealth, do we all celebrate the royal birthday in the same day?
I think so. King's/Southern Birthday AU, says in my diary here. So that's it. That's bonus. I didn't realise we had a long weekend this weekend.
You knew that. There's a June long weekend. There's an October long weekend. That's how we know of them.
Because look at the year.
Australia Day long weekend.
We're in the 6th month. Can you believe it?
Well, you have to look sharp because you know who's joining us next? We've got the first radio interview with her. I'm so excited. It's Jacinda Ardern, ex-Prime Minister of New Zealand. She's written a book called A Different Kind of Power. I just wanted to flick through it, but I couldn't. I read it and I loved it, and she's joining us next.
Jam Nation.
Jacinda Ardern, the former Prime Minister of New Zealand, was the world's youngest female head of government and just the second ever to give birth in office. She's got a new book called A Different Kind of Power that's available right now.
Here she is, Jacinda Ardern. It's good to see you.
Hi. What a pleasure to talk to you.
I'm so excited and so thrilled. I'm so taken by your retelling of your life. And the book starts with something that so many women have had to deal with, work, baby. But the drama, you're about to find out whether you're going to be Prime Minister of New Zealand, and there's a pregnancy test waiting to come to fruition on the bench. Those two things could not have collided in a more dramatic way for you.
It's right. And I remember, Amanda, at the time that it happened, I just thought, you couldn't write about this. Like, this is just too much.
How did you feel? Obviously, you wanted to be Prime Minister. You want to be a mum.
Yeah.
Did you feel in that moment, I can make both work?
No. No, not at all. I mean, look, someone once said to me in politics, there's no such thing as perfect timing. Like, you just can't get everything to line up for when it suits you and for when it suits life and for when it suits your family. And that statement was never truer than in that moment. You know, one of the things I wanted to do in telling this story was share a little bit more about how this came to be, because I always worry that New Zealanders, when I became Prime Minister at the end of 2017 and then 2018, I'm taking maternity leave.
Yeah.
I always worried that they thought, what were you doing? And by sharing this story, I can give a little more context that I'd been told I would struggle to have a baby. I wasn't sure it was going to happen for me, and I carried a bit of sadness over that. And when I was running as leader, I just put it aside and decided that I would think about it later. But lo and behold, there was no avoiding the subject when that happened, when I found out I was pregnant during negotiations.
And being a Prime Minister, it's one of those jobs I'd imagine where you just don't know what your day is going to be like, and particularly with the 2019 shooting at the mosque.
Yeah.
Your life must have just, Matrix style, just slowed down at that point.
It's an interesting way to describe it, because there are moments that amongst the chaos of crisis do slow down. And I have this very distinct memory of, you know, during March 15, my desire, as soon as I heard about the attack, was just to get on the ground, to be there. But at that time, they weren't sure whether or not it was a wider attack, whether it was coordinated, whether there'd other people involved, whether I was a target. So I was bundled off to a police station and kept there for some time. Wow. And when I eventually got closer to where officials were to be briefed, as I walked into the office, one of my officials said to me, "Prime Minister, this will define you." And that kind of, you know, I remember in that moment thinking, I can't think about that. I can't think about how people will see me as a result of this event. I just have to think about how I do my job when people are afraid.
Your anger is still palpable on the page as to what that terrorist was trying to do to your country. And in that moment, you chose to just open your arms to everybody. You may be a new arrival in New Zealand, but you are us.
And I wonder if, you know, in sharing that string of emotions, you know, finding out what had happened, that our community had been targeted, and then so soon after having the manifesto and knowing exactly what the intent of the attacker was and feeling so angry. And I remember the rage, just feeling so much anger about what his ambition was, and it was to try and create almost a war between our people.
Yeah.
And the idea that he wanted to achieve that, I think New Zealanders as a whole just rejected that we weren't going to be manipulated. In fact, we were going to hold closer the community he had targeted. So I really credit New Zealanders
in the midst
for that response.
In the midst of all that, you're talking to a school and you're trying to, and this is a school where some children had lost classmates. And one little girl, you said, are there any questions? A little girl said, how are you? And it almost broke you.
Yes. Oh, and I just finished giving this long speech to these students about how it was okay not to be okay. And then that was the question she asked me. But, when you're a leader or you're in public office, you grapple a lot with how much of yourself to put out there, particularly when it's not your grief, it's other people's grief. Also, when you're, we're all climatized to this idea, I think, that too much emotion equals weakness. But what March 15 taught me was that sometimes you can't stop a human response, and maybe we shouldn't.
What's one of the cool things that you miss about being Prime Minister? From the cars to
free
the
stationery,
green light corridor, things like that.
People. It's going to sound a bit trite, but I miss the great people I worked with and the great people that you could see something on the news and think, wow, look at that thing that amazing person is doing. I'd like to go and visit that. And you can, but you also get to solve problems. How many times have you been irritated by something in your life and then no, and actually you're going to have a chance to do something on behalf of people to fix problems. It's an immensely privileged job to have. But there are things I don't miss as well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I don't miss the weight of it. Because it is a weight.
I bet. And you were made a dame. You were knighted by Prince William. Is an actual sword, do you feel the weight of the sword on your shoulder?
So this is a really interesting point. Did you know they don't use the sword on women?
Ah.
But they were very kind at Windsor Castle to allow a member of Ngāti Rānana in London to come and cloak me. So I had a little piece of home at that process.
Right. Obviously, you just can't keep adding stuff to it, though. When does it stop? Then someone says, I want a hat. I want this. I want some crazy glasses. You look like Elton John up there.
Well, I think if you're saying, well, this is what we do for one and then we'll do this one other thing over here, I think it's probably okay. Yeah. But look, if Elton wants a hat or a brooch, who are we to say no?
Amanda would want some jewels. Amanda would say, is there a jewels? Because I'm not interested.
You to use earrings.
Can we get some jewels? Jacinda, it's so great to talk to you in the flesh. Your book, A Different Kind of Power, is in stores today. Jacinda Ardern, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. So nice to chat with you. Take care, and thanks for reading it.
Jonesy and Amanda. Sam Nation.
Podcast.
We're doing a gram right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Going fast.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's
Instagram.
Let's ride. 10 questions, 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. You get all the questions right, $1,000.
You can make it $2,000 by answering a bonus question, but it is double or nothing.
Alicia is in Pennant Hills. Hello, Alicia.
Hi, Alicia.
Good morning.
Are you Alicia or Alicia? There's so many now.
There is, yes. I'm Alicia, but
Alicia.
I'll answer to anything.
Because it's like the Megan and the Megs and the Megans.
And the Christy and the Kirsties.
Maybe they should all get together and go, okay, this is our name from now on.
We're calling you Sharon, and that'll do you.
That'll do.
I'm going to call you Leash from now on. I like a leash.
Leash is actually my nickname.
Leash,
so
okay, there you go.
Well, let's put you on a short leash here, Alicia, because we want you to win some money. We've got 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. If you're not sure, say pass, because we usually have time to come back, okay?
Okay.
Leash, here we go. Question number 1. What do hairdressers cut?
Hair.
Question 2. How many sides on a circle?
1.
Oh, no. It's a tricky one. There's none.
Leash?
Because it's a continuous line. It's not a side. Leash.
Leash.
Flops, leash.
Okay, I think we've overused it now.
Alicia, thank you for playing, and I'm so sorry.
Thank you. Bye.
Let us know how you get on with the Megs and the Megans and the Megans.
And the Kristen and the Kirstens.
Jam Nation.
I love chatting to Jacinda Ardern. And her, as I said in the interview, her book begins with a dilemma that many couples, but particularly women, have had to face. You want to be pregnant, but the timing is wrong. Not wrong, tricky. Where are your priorities? It's so, so hard. She's waiting to hear if she's going to be Prime Minister. She's trying to form a deal with other factions to see if she's going to be Prime Minister.
She's got the pregnancy testing kit.
She's got a pregnancy test sitting on the counter. Those two things are existing at the same time. And this is what she said.
Yeah.
Did you feel in that moment, I can make both work?
No.
And it's so hard.
It would be hard.
It is really, like I did years of IVF, so you cannot control the timing of anything.
No. And
you think, is now a bad time, is now a good time? Please, anytime. But for so many couples, men and women, it can come at the trickiest time.
Well,
of course,
it's easy
it's
for
wonderful
guys,
news.
though. It's kind of, your life goes
It's
on.
much easier for guys. It certainly is. But at the same time, what if you're waiting for a promotion that's going to have you travelling overseas or something like that? As a couple, the timing can be tricky.
Yeah.
So we thought we'd hear your stories. The tribal drum is beating. We're charmingly calling it this. Bad time to get knocked up.
No.
It all ends up being great. Of course it does.
It does.
But when you're in the soup of the moment, you're going, wow, could this have been at a trickier time?
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation podcast.
Well, it's a tricky time. You want to have a baby, but life has to go on because you never know when you're going to get pregnant. Well, for most of us, many of us, you don't know. And those two things collide. For Jacinda Ardern, she was waiting to hear if she's going to be Prime Minister. She had a pregnancy test on the table. It all combined.
Yeah.
Did you feel in that moment, I can make both work?
No.
The tribal drum is beating. Bad time to get knocked up.
No.
Karen has joined us.
What was the timing, Karen? What was going on for you?
Good morning. I was told by doctors that I wouldn't fall pregnant easily and all of that sort of thing. So being pregnant was not something that I was thinking about. And my husband and I were just about to sign for a house, to purchase a house. And my mum kept saying, you're pregnant. And I'm like, she bought a pregnancy test. And I'm like, all right, I'll do the test just to make you stop telling me what you think, And it turns out I was pregnant.
And so were you about to sign for a house, meaning that you needed your income and all that stuff?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. So we didn't end up getting the house because we didn't know how well I'd be during pregnancy and all of that sort of thing. So we didn't end up purchasing the home.
And it was your mum that said, take the test.
Yeah, and it turns out I was 11 weeks pregnant.
Wow.
And so now have you got baby and house?
Baby and another baby and a house.
Oh,
yes.
great. So, I know, but
homeless.
I often think about it. I really have great empathy for women when this happens. You get a new job or something like that happens.
Right. And you can't stop yourself, as I know from my IVF years, your life has to go ahead because you may not end up with a bundle in your arms.
Yeah.
So you have to have a life.
You got to have a life.
You got to have a life.
I'm glad that everything's working out for
Thanks,
you, Karen.
Karen.
Thank you. Tracy has joined us.
Hello, Tracy. What was the poor timing for you?
Good morning. Like you, Amanda, I did the old IVF journey, and like your previous caller, I was told that, age was one of those things, and I was not going to be fortunate enough to have a baby. So we did the IVF journey, started a new job, everything was going great. It was time to go for our transfer.
Transfer, do you mean an IVF transfer? This is where they put the embryos back in?
Yes, to do all that. I just started a new job. I remember saying to my professor at the time, I've got a work conference that day. Can we change the transfer date?
And he looked at you like you were an idiot?
He did. He said no.
And because your whole body, the whole timing of the drugs is to take it to a certain moment. You can't control any of the timing. It's so hard.
Yeah, and my husband said, it's not like we're going grocery shopping here, Trace. We're trying to have a baby. I'm like, okay, so I have to fess up and tell my new workplace, I can't come. I'm trying to have a baby.
And did you get a baby, Tracy?
I did. She's 18 in October.
Brilliant.
And how did you go in the job? You stayed in the job?
They were quite empathetic. My area manager actually said to me, Tracy, I knew you were trying to have a baby. I was just waiting for you to come and let us know that this is the journey that you were taking. You've got nothing to worry about.
See, your boss was a woman. Makes a difference.
But also Walt Disney, famously, Julie Andrews, waited until she had 3 kids. He wanted her to play Mary Poppins. Always saying, I want you for Mary Poppins. He waited 7 years.
Really?
Because he knew that she was right for the role. And she said, no, I'm having a baby. And he goes, well, when you finish having that baby.
Really?
And then he'd call her and he goes, but I'm having another baby. And then, so Walt had the patience.
And ironically, rather than freezing embryos, he froze his own head. Like, I'll never let it go. I know it's not true, but I'll never let it go.
You know that.
We're going to take more of your calls. Bad time to get knocked up.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Remember Tucker Bag? Who was Tucker Bag?
It was a bag.
A talking bag. They're already on TV.
Jacinda Ardern was on our show before, and that was a fascinating question you asked her. She's waiting to find out if she's pregnant. She's also waiting to find out if she's going to be the next New Zealand Prime Minister. And you asked her, could you deal with this?
Yeah.
Did you feel in that moment, I can make both work?
No.
Tribal drum is beating for bad time to get knocked up.
No.
Ben's with us. Hello, Ben.
Ben.
Morning, guys. Love your work.
Thank you, Ben.
What was the timing, Ben?
Well, first of all, Jacinta, I thought her vulnerability was just beautiful. It was
Wasn't
amazing.
she the loveliest person to talk to? I was so taken with her.
Very nice lady.
Yeah, very inspiring.
Yeah.
But look, here's my yarn. Almost 19 years ago, my son was ready to be born. My wife was in labour with our first child, and we just moved into a new house. It was a complete mess. But here's the kicker, guys. My wife was an accountant, and she was in the middle of end-of-year financial reporting for a company which was also registered with the stock exchange. And the boss had said, you need to get these numbers to me because otherwise our company will be, delisted. So she goes into labour. We go ahead and have the baby after 36 hours of labour, where she kicked me across a birthing ward.
Yeah.
But on the Monday morning, her laptop arrived with a giant teddy and a box of chocolates. Day one birth, in recovery after having a massive cesarean operation to have the baby removed. He's almost 19 now. He's healthy, happy. We've got 3 boys. But I'll never forget the fact that her boss had the height to send her laptop on the Monday morning saying, those numbers, please. Congratulations.
There you go.
And we look forward to seeing you back at work very soon. And she's back at work a week later when she wasn't even supposed to be driving.
A week later?
Wow. Did she work on that Monday and get the figures in? I'm anxious for everybody.
Amanda, she did, and the company was not delisted.
See, imagine that. Imagine the pressure of that. This is what people don't appreciate, the pressure of we're going to delist the company if you don't finish these things and you've just had a 36-hour labour that's ended in a cesarean and a newborn baby in your arms.
Where you put
wow, Ben.
You wouldn't be able to sit the laptop anywhere.
No.
Certainly not in your lap.
Oh, my goodness. What a story. Thank you, Ben.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation
Podcast.
What's one of your favourite viral trends? You like the ice bucket challenge? You like planking? Remember planking?
I was thinking more of some of the dances. I'm not into the danger things.
What's a viral dance that you did?
Are you joking? I never did any of them, but I was like looking at them.
Like what?
Oh, the floss. The one where they go, call and Dr. something.
The flossy dance.
One margarita, all those ones. 6 margaritas, it's unspeakable.
I'd like to go through the step-by-step.
It's an Arthur Murray Jans chart with drinks attached.
What happens at the third margarita?
Don't ask.
Anyway, the viral collision challenge dubbed Run It Straight.
I saw this on the news last night.
Have you been watching this?
Talk me through what it is.
So there's professional Run It Straight things where big NRL players ex-NRL players go and smash into each other. Just running straight into each other.
Someone stands still and someone runs into them?
No, they both run into each other. So like they're playing NRL.
Like jousting without jousting sticks.
Yeah, very good. Without the horse or the chivalry, I would imagine. But yeah,
or armour. So
they're running straight into each other. And there's an actual thing on ESPN or one of those places where people do this, professionals do it. But now a neurophysiologist has said that this act puts immense stress on brains as it involves the most violent aspects of rugby league and rugby. This didn't stop a bunch of, and there's been a young fella has died, a young New Zealand
no, I
fella
didn't
has
know
died
that.
from this last month. But this didn't stop a bunch of people at the Manly versus Brisbane NRL clash at Brookie Oval on Saturday. Did you see that on the news?
Did.
They're running down the hill straight into each other.
And the thing is, when you're a professional footballer, you're trained how to hold your head. You're trained how to angle your body. You're trained to protect yourself. These people aren't. They've had a few drinks. They've been at the football. They've watched the football. They think it looks easy. You know, these concussions, all these things are so terrible. Really, stop. Just stop.
Stick to planking.
Or one margarita.
What happens at the third margarita again?
Well, by fourth, it's all over.
It's call me an Uber.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the ghoulies get together.
We have $20,000 for our favourite ghoulie of the year.
So easy to do. Just go to Gold 1017 on the iHeartRadio app, record the little ghoulie on your microphone there. Actually, record your ghoulie on the little microphone there, and boom.
There it comes. And you'll hear it on the wireless like this.
That gets my ghoulies. People that stop short at lights. It holds everyone up. It delays the lights. What are these morons on? On their mobile phones, they're still going to get done 100 metres away, you friggin' fools.
What does he mean?
Yes, exactly. You're the problem. When I'm at the lights, I'm at the start of the lights, I'm a motorbike, I'm looking at the other set of lights. When it goes orange, I'm starting to rev.
Which of your accidents was this?
I'm like at stage. I'm at stage at the drag. And boom, I'm out of there. You, on the other hand, are like, oh, have you got anything that's a bit greener?
What else?
What gets my ghoulies is that we need to talk about the price of beer. We were lured into a pub that was promising $12 chicken schnitzels. We ordered our $12 chicken schnitzel and then ordered a beer, and the beer cost us $11. Needless to say, we had our schnitzel, we had our beer, and then we got out of there. But that's what gets my ghoulies.
I'm not a beer drinker. Is that a lot for a beer?
That's about right these days. Sad, but it's about right. You know, you might get an $8 schooner somewhere at one of the...
RSLs?
You maybe like $7 schooner. It varies. It depends what place you go to. Although I was into a fancy place in the city and it cost $10 for a schooner.
Fancy.
And a lady
and
next to me,
Sizzler had closed.
She spent $60 on one shot of tequila, and she ordered 3 shots of tequila. $60
for each shot.
Each shot of tequila.
$60.
$60.
You could buy a bottle of tequila for that.
Yeah. And I said, oh, my God. And then he said, what do you want, mate? And I said, 5 news, thanks. That's $50.
Wow.
Money well spent.
All for you. And you spewed it up in a second.
Out with a band and with a good. If you dipped out, you can always contact us via the iHeartRadio app. It's 7 to 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend gets a double pass to see Cirque du Soleil's Corteo arriving in Sydney this September.
Get some French loin there.
Get your tickets today.
Get some Jonesy and Amanda tea towel as well. Don't throw that away.
We start the show, as always, with Magnificent Seven. Now, Greg from Blacktown, a couple of people were asked this question. Who was announced to host the Logies for the 3rd year in a row? Went a little bit like this.
Who has been announced to host the Logies for the 3rd year in a row, James?
I know his face.
No.
Greg's in Blacktown.
Greg, do you know who's going to be hosting the Logies?
Sam Pack. Oh, Sam.
No, but I hope your adenoid surgeon is paying attention.
Man, that guy,
Sam Pang.
He can't walk the streets. How bad is it that you get to this point in your life? He's like this era's Bert Newton.
They wouldn't remember him either.
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Who's Bert Putin?
Exactly.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Ask Russia.
Big show tomorrow.
TikTok Tucker, I have found something that is going to be mank. Last week we made a cookie dough pizza.
Yeah, it had cookie dough.
And then pizza toppings. Awful.
I was wearing the Dolmio frown. I was not happy.
Well, tomorrow's involves the blender and meats. That's all you need to know.
Great. Coming up next week, giving you the chance to win the greatest weekend of your life. We'll fly you to Florida for one big weekend to see Sting and Bryan Adams in Florida. Listen.
Luckily, we're flying you to Florida.
Dave Higgins is coming up next. We'll be back for Jam Nation tonight at 6 o'clock.
We'll see you then.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Wipe the tears, baby, from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.